what's up, Dilio coming to you with my review of the Yamaha CK61. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I acquired this keyboard. This is not a sponsored video, and I'm really going to take my time and not rush through this and just go over the features that I like, and also let you hear how it sounds like with some of my favorite meat potatoes, preset potatoes, and I think it's a really cool keyboard. It's lightweight. It is sounds good, and it has just enough of what you need without bringing the whole studio with you. I do have a Montage M, but I don't like moving it around because one, it's a heavy keyboard, and two, I don't want to tear it up. I feel like all it's going to take is one wrong move, and one of those nice knobs on that Montage is going to get damaged. And one small, that keyboard's too expensive. So I'll just kind of talk about some of the features right here. So I'm going to switch it over to this screen and talk about, we got 61 keys right there. This is a 61. They don't have a 76 key. They have a 61 and an 808, which is full weighted. The interfaces are the same on both of those. You got a pitch bend. You have a modulation wheel. You got drawbars to simulate the effects that you will have with an organ. You got your rotary, your speed right there. You got your octave and transpose right there. See, on the Montage, you got to hit shift to transpose, but on this keyboard, you got it right there if you need it. In transparency, I am learning more songs, so I don't have to transpose, but have I used it? Yeah. And I use the octave a lot because I like to play in the lower. I like to play in the lower octave, so I'm not like right here. So I moved this area over here depending on the song. We have our main display. You got 3 parts per patch or live set. They call it live sets. So you can program your combinations of sounds right there in your live sets right there. And you got a combination of 3 that you can mix right there. Kind of like on the Montage. I compare it to the Montage because that's what I've gigged with it before. And you can turn them on and off right there. You can select it right here, and if it's on, you can select that. You see that the colors follow whatever preset you're on. If you want to work on 2, you can, or you want to work on these 2, you can. So white signifies you're working on more than one part for that live set or preset. You can set your split points very easily. You got your category of instruments right there: piano, e-piano, organ, brass wind, guitar, bass, strings, pad, lead, chromatic percussion, and other sounds. You got a mono sound for like leads. You want to do some leads on there. And then on the right side, you have your filters right here. You can turn it on or off. You can select your release or decay or attack right there. You can turn that envelope on and off. You could set the rotary speaker on this drive. You could put it through a compressor or a driver or distortion. That's a block right there. So your effects are right there in front of you. And each one of these blocks has their own settings and effects. So they could be set on different things. Inside of all these, you can turn them on and off. You got 2 sets of effects from chorus flanger, phaser, trim, distortion, comp, wah, touch wah, delay right there, stereo delay, reverb, and other effects you could put on there. But not only that, you have a delay block, and you have a reverb block, and you have an equalizer block, and there's a light that lights up right here. You can see it. So if you change it, you can see that it's on. And if you want it off, to bring it right back there. You can add how much reverb you want, how much depth, or how much to dry wet mix. And that's just all right here, but it's all right there in front of you. You don't really have to menu dive. Compared to the Montage, you really got to menu dive. And I'm not really trying to brag on the Montage because I guess I got to talk about why I got the keyboard in the first place. So it's just that, when you go to some of these gigs here in the city of Atlanta, if you know my experience, you know that a lot of these venues that you play at are not set up to be convenient for the band. So you either got to load through the loading dock, or you got to load through the lobby of a hotel, or you got to park somewhere at a pavilion or park. And a lot of times, not all of them, but sometimes you have to park at an inconvenient place. And especially if you drummer, you got to move that hardware. Now, the hardware for our drums, in my opinion, is not necessarily heavy, but it's bulky, right? When it comes to a keyboard, and for me, it used to be like, man, I want to bring the breath sounds to this venue, all this stuff. And I'm bringing all these sounds, but if I want to be transparent about how I really feel about it, I don't think a lot of these gigs pay for sound design like that. So why am I bringing this very expensive keyboard that I'm responsible for? I have to be responsible for it first before I expect anybody else to be responsible for it. I got to be responsible for it first, bringing it to these venues, to these clubs, to these clubs with stages that don't got much space, right? So I don't think I need 8 parts to play King George, right? Because as soon as you hear that chord, you know, it's just, I mean, you're not gonna need all that. And sometimes I feel like I need to have all that to sound good for a gig, when prior to people in the audience who are dancing and having a lot of fun, as long as it sounds good, they don't care if the piano comes off an old Casio or a $5,000, $10,000 Nord. It's like I'm putting so much care into something. Let's go back to the keyboard though. Let's talk about more. Which under the hood of this keyboard, there's Bluetooth. So what that means is, if I want to play, say if you're at a rehearsal and you want to reference a track, you know how it is a rehearsal. We trying to go over a song and then say, yo, let's listen to the song. Let's listen to the song. And no one has a convenient Bluetooth connection. Well, this does. So if you're at a gig, you need a backing track, and you got your phone or a laptop, any device that plays Bluetooth will play through the keyboard. So this is a mobile Bluetooth connection to your PA or to your setup at home, whatever, and play out. What's also crazy is that this has 2 internal speakers on it. And it takes like, I think 6 or 8 AA batteries. It takes effects in. You can hook a mic up to it, put effects for that. You can make this a MIDI controller to your DAW. Did I not mention this? It's lightweight. The key bed is decent. I think that the Montage M6 has a little bit of a better, but this ain't bad. It's not bad at all. 2-foot pet. I mean, it's just a nice way to get in and out of these gigs, because these gigs, man, they go late, right? Sometimes you never know what's going on at these gigs. And over the years, it seemed like it's a better, that less is more. Were you covering like the that's all I want. That's all I want. Sorry, I know it's out of focus. But a lot of times, all they really want is the right song. And it's just so much easier to have less. And I'm not so worried about banging this up, and it's a lot easier to carry in a wagon and get into in front of a gig. So the main reason I got this keyboard for me was I wanted something that was more portable, that had good sounds, and that had something that I could still sound good with without worrying too much about the keyboard itself. This is a stage piano. Those Montages are workstation synthesizers, right? And I'm all about sound design, but you could be passionate about that, but at like a lot of these shows, unless you're being hired for that, it doesn't make sense to bring it to it doesn't make sense. So yeah, you can get, I don't know, it's like you could get a good sound on here, like this is the Rhodes, or you want to do like a DX7. So the DX7, I mean, it's good. Is it as good as, say, the E1 piano patch that you can import on your Montage to get that? That's cool, but is it? I don't think that it's always worth having the perfect sound at your gigs. I think it's more important to get the point across and to play the song well for the people to dance to. But I know about getting that sound exactly like that. A lot of times I want to bring a click track or Ableton or something to a live gig, and I know I'm going on a tangent, but I'm going to take my time with this. I know I could go on a tangent and be like, oh, I want to do this and do that. And it's like, you know what? I just, mm-mm. So, you know, this is a good keyboard to bring to the gig. It sounds great. Yes, the Montage has way more sounds. Sometimes, though, I think there's a lot more that could go wrong. And I'm talking about no MODX. I'm talking about a full Montage M, which sounds amazing. And I think that, but sometimes I feel like for me, I'm talking for myself, right? I think it just starts to feel a little bit like I'm just doing overkill. For one, I don't think the gigs are really paying, depending on the gig. If you got a gig that want to pay you good money, they bring your good stuff out. But if you need something to get you through and get you in and out, and you're not feeling like you're just, because that's a lot of labor to me. I'm trying to equalize it out because that's a lot of labor to bring a lot of stuff in. And I'm the main one that likes to bring a lot of stuff in. But after a while, it's like, man, it's impressive to the musicians, but to like the venue, and you know, they're there to have a good time. They're not so really concerned with that. And this has been way more consistent, way more easier to get in and out of gigs. I'll tell you that right now. And it's got all the meat and potatoes of the song. You want strings, you want that brass line, those pads, even bass. You could do bass with it and just have a good time. It's got the fundamental bass sound, which is really good for everything. You know, sometimes you gotta do the bass part till the bass player gets in, and it's Yamaha. It's just very Yamaha. It's very Yamaha. It's very. But maybe I want to smooth that sound out a little bit and do a little bit of this. Or maybe I want to mono it out. So it's got a lot of good stuff. So it's got a lot of good sounds on there. And that's why I got this keyboard. It's not a sponsored keyboard, but I was looking for an easier and lighter option. Actually, I bought a lighter keyboard, but it was like an old secondhand keyboard from a pawn shop. And the volume stopped working. It got that repaired. Next thing you know, a key suddenly stops working because it was like and it was like a beater keyboard, like the shell of the keyboard's falling apart. It wasn't something I was too proud of. But this is something I could feel more proud of. And I think I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of this keyboard. It's going to make it easier to get in the gig, to put the sounds I want, to practice with, to practice at home with, take it to the rehearsals, bring it home, put it away, and let it be a dedicated stage panel that gets me in. And the price point finally was a good price point, because like the MODX is like 16. Like if I were to look it up right now, that MODX6, you know, if you were to go shopping for it, probably is like around 1,600. And I know for a fact that between 1,300, like on Sweetwater, on Sweetwater is probably like about 1,600. I'm gonna pull it up for you right now because I really want to see myself now. I'm very curious about that. So MODX M6 right now is $2,000. I'm looking at this right. The MODX, not even a Montage. Not even a Montage. But this keyboard right here is like $1,000. These gigs aren't paying, in my opinion, these gigs aren't paying for $2,000 and $4,000 sounds. These local gigs. And I'm not trying to be judgmental of the people who are booking these gigs or the venues that are paying for it. But they have a budget. So why not bring your budget option to the budget table, since everybody on a budget? So bring your budget option. They'll be dragging out little $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 keyboard to these gigs. It just that are heavy. Like I said, I don't want to. It's cool. It's cool to have the nicest keyboard, and I think I have the best keyboard. The Montage. I'm biased. I have the Montage M6. I'm biased, but now it's like it's not really about that to me. It's more about efficiency. And this CK61 feels like a way more efficient option. Yeah. And I'm gonna stand on that. I think it's a great keyboard. They have a higher tier keyboard. This is just enough keyboard for me in today's economy. It's $1,000. It's not dog $2,000 for the MODX M6. You ain't gonna be playing no sound design while you're trying to cover King George and Frankie Beverly Mays. You ain't trying. They don't care about. I'm telling you, I don't. They don't care about that for these gigs. Playing King George, Frankie Beverly Mays, Beyonce, Prince. You want a synthesizer for Prince? They got a synthesizer sound right there. You know, and I get it. And if you research me, look on my channel how big I am into sound and sound design and all that stuff. But I think for a lot of these local gigs and jam sessions, you don't want to bring stuff out to. You don't want to bring your best out to just anything, and you don't want wear and tear on it. This one, I'm not so concerned about the wear and tear because it's not that expensive a keyboard, but it's just enough keyboard to give you a good quality without just the liability, right? Yeah. So I'm standing on that. You're watching the video. I'd love to hear your opinion about this keyboard. I hope that this video brings awareness to you. That's the point. If you're interested in this keyboard, please check out my Leaks and Sound. If this is a video where you want to consider purchasing it, please check out my Leaks and Sounds. But I just want to bring awareness to the keyboard because I didn't know about it. I wish I did. I probably would have pursued it sooner for a stage piano, and that's exactly what it does. It's not super sound design synthesizer workstation sampler. It's a stage piano you can make some bread with, and that's it.